So the problem is that students aren't prepared as I'm on high school at Marcus High School for the SAT and and they are less aware of PSAT at Marcus. The criteria that would need to be met to fix the problem would be the improvement of PSAT, SAT, and ACT scores at Marcus. Another improvement that would be needed to be made to fit the criteria to fix the problem would be more opportunities for preparation help for the PSAT, SAT, and ACT, whether that being after school meetings, before school meetings, possibly spending time throughout classes throughout the day, math and English, to spend 10 or 15 minutes working on SAT problems like they do for sprint attacks. They make more of an emphasis on tax than they do for the SAT. And the third solution would be that students are more aware of what this test is. My experience with the PSAT was they told me 2 days beforehand about this test, and that did not allow for very much preparation. I didn't know what it was. I did not know anything about it. So if Marcus High School made an attempt to make awareness and preparation and as many opportunities as possible to get help to improve scores, Marcus would excel so much better and have more semifinalists. I mean, having practice tests available whenever needed would help students out so much. Even covering essay portions that are seen in the SAT. I spent 2 weeks at an SAT class this summer over in Colleyville, and my score improved 500 points from, what was it? It was 16 hours of class. Improved my score 500 points. Imagine if throughout the school year, we'd spend 45 minutes a day throughout the entire school year, what the improvement would be for all of our students.
The National Merit Scholarship Program was started in 1955. The program recognizes students all over the country who make a high enough score on their PSAT exam to qualify them as either National Merit semifinalists or finalists. Colleges often reward these students with scholarships. Many schools have prep classes for the PSAT exam. Marcus High School opened in 1982. However, they've only had the PSAT team program for 7 years, and it has grown in size since then. Students at Marcus take a practice PSAT in October of their sophomore year and the real PSAT in October of their junior year. The PSAT team program came into effect in order to better students' chances at qualifying as the National Merit semifinalists or finalists, also to just improve their overall skills in critical reading, writing, and mathematics. And they will need those skills when they take their actual SAT exam, which is a large factor in college admissions. The PSAT team program consists of 1 week in August and 1 class in the fall of the junior year, which is 9 weeks long and a 90-minute class. Students have to make a certain score on their practice PSAT in order to be invited to become part of the PSAT team at Marcus. The PSAT team program costs $25 to students, and that covers books, practice exams, and the pizza party that they take at the end of the course. The program has had some positive effects. It has made Marcus High School one of the highest scoring schools in the district, and it also has informed parents of the benefits of taking the PSAT and also on different ways that their students can achieve scholarships. However, in the past few years, Marcus has faced a downward trend. The amount of semifinalists and finalists qualified by the National Merit Scholarship Program has been decreasing. For example, in 2010, Marcus had 18 semifinalists, and a year later, Marcus only had 6 semis. Additionally, there is an overall lack of team spirit, and most students view the class as just a waste of time and a blow-off class.
Some possible solutions to help improve PSAT scores is to introduce the PSAT when students are either freshmen or sophomores, because then they can get more introduced to it. When they either are freshmen or sophomores, they can have more tutoring, and the teachers can also introduce the PSAT material during class. They can also have stuff to study, like they can be given a list of requirements of what to study and what could be on the test. Also, the students can be put into positive competitions either when they're juniors or even sophomores when they're getting introduced to it, and they can be in groups of 5 and they can study together and they can take practice PSATs, and whichever group has the highest score will get prizes like extra credit for a core class or a get out of homework free pass, whatever it is. Also, when they're going to take the test, they can also be put into the groups of 5 with the positive competition, so then they can study together and get themselves really prepared for the PSAT, creating better scores. And also, whichever group has the highest average will get either extra credit or get out of homework pass. These are some of the best solutions that could be used to help improve test scores on PSAT.
Because students are not prepared enough for the PSAT and the SAT at Marcus High School, it is necessary to improve the situation. The main issue is that students are not motivated enough to prepare themselves for the exam. When students do not apply themselves and they do not take the time to learn the criteria, their scores are lower and they are less likely to become national merit, semifinalists, and finalists. They are also less likely to receive scholarship money for college. In order to improve the situation, it is necessary to motivate students to prepare themselves. Creating a team-like atmosphere will do just that. For example, if students on the PSAT team were put into groups to compete against each other for high scores on practice tests, students would be more motivated to do well and to study because not only are they themselves affected by the scores that they receive, but so are their teammates. Students in the PSAT prep class could also create this kind of competition. More practice tests could be set up throughout the school year, and students could get into groups of 5 or 10, and after taking each test, their scores would be added up. The group with the highest resulting score would receive a reward. Rewards could include prizes such as extra credit for PSAT team and PSAT prep classes, and no homework passes for teacher-approved assignments. Teachers on the PSAT team and PSAT prep classes could enforce this kind of teamwork and create these competitions. Because if the rewards include prizes such as extra credit, the competitions will not cost money, making the solution relatively easy to execute. Usually, students take 4 practice tests throughout the school year. If this number was improved to 9 practice tests, and if some of the tests were SAT practice tests, there would be more opportunities for this type of competition to take place, and students would be more prepared for the actual tests. If this solution does not work out, teachers in math and English classes could begin teaching students SAT and PSAT criteria during their sophomore and junior years in high school. If this solution does work out, students will be more motivated to do well and scores will be higher. If scores are higher, the students will benefit and Marcus High School will be recognized.